Oh, my heart's beating so fast. We got it. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. Oh my gosh, it's so milky. Hi, welcome back to Chow with Jao. I'm Katie, and today we're making something I've never made before, which is Japanese milk bread. So the reason I was inspired to make this is because my sister and I are in this baking club, and one week everyone made Hokkaido milk bread, and I was like, oh my gosh, I better learn how to make it. So I've never made it before, and the recipe that I'm following today is from King Arthur flour, and I'm also following a video from Emmy Made in Japan YouTube channel, and she has like some tips and tricks in there, and I'll be following her as well. So thanks for joining me on this journey, and let's get started. So the first thing we need in this recipe is, it has a special technique that's called tangzhong, which is like a roux or a starter made with bread flour, some water, and some milk. So the first thing we're going to do is put all those ingredients into this little pot, stir it up, and then we'll heat it. Now the recipe says to use whole milk, but I don't have whole milk, so I'm just kind of adapting. I'm reading the comments and they say that you are able to use 2% or whatever milk replacement you want. It just may not be as creamy and fluffy. Okay, as per Emmy's suggestion, we'll whisk this up before it goes on the fire so it's nice and smooth. Now when I was researching, they say the reason you make this tangzhong is because it helps the bread kind of absorb more moisture, so that actually helps the bread become more like moist, more soft. It doesn't get quite as stale. It's not as easy to be stale, is what I'm trying to say. So if we're following the original recipe, we'll let this cool, and then we can mix it into the KitchenAid when we're finished and just like make it all together into a dough. But Emmy's video was suggesting that this is a good time for us to put in our milk and our egg, so it'll help cool this mixture down, and then we can just pour it as a liquid in, so it'll be combined a little faster. All right, so I'm going to add half a cup of milk into our paste here. Then I'll go grab an egg. One egg. Okay. So this seems like it's ready, and it's not even hot anymore, which is great. And now we can mix up our ingredients for our dough. So I have my KitchenAid. I'm going to stick on my dough hook. Let's see here what we need. Okay, 2 cups. And that looks like about half. 1/4 a cup of sugar. And then we have here some instant yeast. Okay, yep, that looks like it's right. Let me just, I think, whisk this together really quickly. Then I need to get my liquids going on so my yeast can activate. So we just put our flour, our sugar, and salt. And you know what I noticed is she didn't have any milk powder either, and her bread looks gorgeous, so we'll see what happens. A little salt. What did I need? I need 2 of these. I'm usually very reluctant to put all the salt in. Sometimes things end up being too salty for my taste. Okay, and now if we're following the recipe, you were supposed to put the liquids in here too, but our liquids are in here, and this has our milk, our egg, and our tangzhong. Now all we need is some butter. So let me zap up some butter actually before I start mixing this in. While that's zapping up, I think I can just go ahead and mix this stuff in. Just go ahead and stream it in while I'm stirring. Okay, so here's our melted butter. I'm like kind of afraid this is too hot. I'm gonna pour it into another container so I can cool it down. Secret tips! Let's see if that helps. Kind of stir it around in this container that's already cooled, just so that butter is not too hot. Also, then I can scrape down even more of this tangzhong that's left in here. Okay, if you look here, it's starting to clump up into a dough. It's looking super cute. Let's see how long we're going to knead it for.
So here's the dough after that 8 minutes of kneading.
Okay, she says about 8 minutes. So King Arthur flour says we're supposed to knead it until it becomes smooth and elastic dough. So but someone else did say that you should add flour, or no. It should just be, the dough should be tacky like a Post-it note or like some tape. But it shouldn't be like super sticky. Like right now it still looks really sticky. I'm assuming more kneading will help. A little faster. Okay, so next we just let it rise for about 60 to 90 minutes until double more or less in size. I'll have a little, this guy looks good. People usually let it like grease it, so. How are you doing, bud? Okay, would you describe that as smooth and elastic? I think it looks smooth and elastic. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, take your time. There we go. Okay! That seems like that's right, and she's just kind of kneading it, and I can knead it, so guys, yes, this is it. Okay, don't be afraid if it's still too tacky and it's sticky. It should be able to just come right out of your bowl here, and that's pretty clean. All right, let's see. Okay, you see, wow, I was really nervous about making a bread today, but I think we're looking good. Okay, so she gives it a gentle knead, makes it a cute ball. Oh, smells so good, huh? I love yeasty smells. Okay, now I have my oiled bowl from earlier. I'm gonna just gently rest him in. I'm gonna wash my hands. Grab a little towel or something, and then we can place him over the top. Oh, here's my towel. And then stick it in that warm microwave. Okay. We will see you in 60 to 90 minutes. I'll let you know how long I waited for, and then we'll see how long it takes to double in size. See you later. Okay, it's been about an hour and 15 minutes or so. Let's see how it looks. Woo! Okay, I would consider that pretty much doubled in size. I can't really remember, but look at that, y'all. Okay, so the woman I was talking about earlier, she said to knead it until, no, never mind. That's for later. That's for when it rises. I'll tell you that tip later. Okay. Her tip was, if you get your finger and coat it with some flour, let me put a little more flour. Oh, that was like no flour. Okay, coat your finger in some flour, and then if you stab your finger in the dough, it should not like close up again. And like just a little bit closing up, but you should be able to stick your finger all the way through. And she said that's a good sign. So yeah, okay, that test worked. I'm looking at it, it looks like it's doubled, so I think we're good to go. Slowly. So cute. Okay, now let's see what we're supposed to do with this. Cut it or something? Let me actually just watch. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, cool. So I have this tray here. It is not an official bread loaf tray. I should go ahead and buy one, because a bread loaf tray would be a little bit more narrow width-wise, and then it'll also be like way thicker, or like higher, deeper. So since that's the case, I think I'll do 4 logs. So I'm going to weigh this dough and then split it and do some quick math. Divide it into 4 equal weighted doughs. Great. Hey Google, what's 718 divided by 4?
The answer is 179.5.
Can you remember that? 179.5. 179.5. 175.9. Nope. 179.5. Hey Google, can you repeat that? Does she remember?
Sure. The answer is 179.5.
Oh, great. 179.5. Okay, I don't have to keep repeating it because she remembers. What was it again? Hey Google. 179.5. 179.5. Then these guys. this guy in half. 176. Oh, that was really close. 179.5. Oh my gosh. I'm like a freaking magician. Just to double check, that's 180. So close enough. While I'm working with one of my balls, the rest of them are going to be resting underneath some saran wrap so they don't dry out.
Take one.
Okay, so I'm supposed to actually roll them into a little circle. So let me just do that first. So the strategy is to fold them under themselves to where the top is nice and smooth. And then you can kind of, that's cute. And then just ball.
Okay, let's do one, this guy. Oh, they're so soft, like little baby pillows. Cute. Ball number 2. Ball number 3. Heck yeah, ball number 4. Oh, this guy's a little oblong. Ball number 4. Okay, so I cover up
These 3 while I'm working with one of them. Get my little towel to stay warm and cute. All right, now this one, there's a special technique about how I'm supposed to roll it out. I'll watch it and I'll let you know. Let's see.
These balls, and I'm gonna just.
So we need a rolling pin. So they say first flatten it out into kind of like a little circle. And then we're going to roll it out to an oblong oval. So once we get it into an oblong, they say to fold it in like a book. So I'm going to come in,
fold it, and then come on this side, and then fold it in like this.
like so. Kind of like a 2, yeah? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's like a pretty big size here. I think that looks fine. Okay. And then one of the other videos I was watching as I was researching recommended to kind of flatten this part down a bit so then it'll have like a nice tuck. So here, we're gonna come on the top and then tuck it in, roll it.
Just trying to make it nice and even so when they rise they look really cute.
Okay, great. So I've got a little cylinder and then I just place that cylinder. I can come around the top and kind of pinch this closed a little bit so like the dough doesn't separate. I'll set this roll gently in. Okay, hopefully my 4 rolls will cover all that. We'll see what happens. I'll set that aside and then we'll work on our other balls. So I'm just gonna do the same thing for these 4 balls and then get them in the pan and then we'll see what happens after that. I think it has to rise, do a double rise. Apparently this has to rise for another 45 to 50 minutes. So woohoo! Hopefully you weren't hungry and didn't want to eat bread immediately. That doesn't fit. And then maybe my little towel and I'll stick it back in the microwave just as my little proving drawer for another 45 minutes until they've like got nice and round, and then we'll come back and check on these later. Okay, it's been 45 minutes, 50 minutes. It's been a lot of rising today with this bread. Ah! Look at them, they're so cute. Okay, so it says to rise till puffy, and I would consider these cuties puffy. Oh my gosh. Now the last thing we need to do before we stick them in is to brush them over with a wash. Okay, so it looks like I could even just do a whole egg plus milk or whole egg and water or milk. Let's do water. Let's just do water. And it doesn't have a proportion. It just says add some water. So who knows what that looks like? And then let's just add a little bit of water to make it nice and runny. I don't know, that was like maybe a tablespoon of water.
So cute, so cute. Oh, little egg wash. You guys a little bath. Oh, you guys are so soft. I can feel it already. Oh, whoops. It's okay. Hopefully that won't affect him while he's baking. Is this too much? I don't really know. Wow, I barely use this egg.
Okay, that looks good. All my sides look cute and glistening. Now these just go right in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes or until it's golden brown. Have a good time. See you later. Time starts now. See you guys later. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, let's take this out of the oven. Hello. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Y'all, look at them. Ooh, it's very hot. Oh, they smell so good and they're so cute and brown. Okay, we're gonna let this cool for about 5 or 10 minutes until I can break into it and take a little bite. Okay, it's been sitting for a little while. It's cool to the touch. I hope I put enough spray on it to let it pop out. Oh, and I also forgot to film this earlier, but I did use a little internal temperature thermometer to stab it to make sure it's cooked all the way through. It's supposed to be at 190 degrees Fahrenheit on the inside. Mine was like 187 and rising, so I was like, close enough. Okay, let's find out. Oh, I thought that was gonna come out a lot faster. Okay, let's use a knife. Oh, y'all, it's stuck. Oh, please don't break. Hold on. We're almost there. My heart's beating so fast. We got it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I see what happened. Maybe a little too much egg wash? There's like actual egg down there. First of all, it smells so good. It is soft and beautiful. Oh, can you see my swirls? My squirrels. Look here. It's like cinnamon rolly. Okay, a little soft here, like a little moist. Like a little soft, not like quite as crunchy as the top. And I'm wondering if that's because of the pan I used. But no worries. Okay, let's break into it. First of all, I already know it tastes great because I was just eating these little crumbs here. But let's look inside. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. So soft and tender. Oh, are you kidding me? That tastes amazing. It's kind of got that just like sweet, delicious milky bread flavor. Okay, let me slice it into a toast. Oh, look at that. It's like a perfect little sandwich bread. Really soft and spongy, but it still bounces back. So good crumb, good cut, good bake, baked all the way through. Oh, so good. Okay, reflecting time. I think this bread is like pretty easy to make. I would say you should definitely try it if you're interested in having the most delicious, soft, wonderful bread at home. The only thing I would say is just make sure when you're making your little rolls, you do want them to be symmetrical if you want your bread to be pretty, because then this guy was a little wonky compared to his little brothers here. And since we did the tangzhong, it should be like more shelf stable and it should last a little longer. So there's another pro. I'm gonna experiment with this bread dough and try to like make it into a bun type of filling with like custard filling or maybe some barbecue pork bun filling and bake it and see what that's like. I'll keep you guys updated if I try that again. But this is amazing. Again, this is the Japanese milk bread or Hokkaido milk bread. So good. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you make it and show me your gorgeous loaves. Thanks again for watching Chow with Jao. I'll see you guys next time.